Hey guys, thanks for tuning in for another YouTube video. I wanted to make this one showing you something that I got. I got this stuff for free. I'm pretty excited about it, and this is a couple of nice looking walnut logs. You might see another thing in the back of the picture here, other than this good looking guy, and that's this truck back here. So for those of you who have been following the progress of my channel, you'll know that I'm trying to get back into getting another sawmill and do another sawmill business. And I did not even ask for these logs or search them out. They happened to be in a location when I was getting this truck fixed, and they were there. And a friend of mine said, "Hey, if you want them, you can have them." And so I'm already putting this flatbed on this truck to work. And so I'm excited. This video, I'm just going to get the logs off the truck here, and then I'll tell you a little bit about the truck that I got. And you'll see old Samson, the Ford 4000, going to work in this video. So go ahead, let's get started. So this is the new to me 1996 Ford F250. I previously had a work truck, and it was also a Ford F250. That was a 1999 7.3 turbo diesel that I used to have. This one here is a 5.8 liter gas. As you saw, it's a 5-speed transmission, manual. Actually, it's more like a 3.5 because first gear in this thing doesn't do anything. I mean, it gets you to like 8 or 10 miles an hour, and second, third, and fourth are pretty good, and then fifth is pretty useless, as it seems pretty underpowered at that speed. And I've been told, do not try to tow heavy loads in fifth gear. So I got a gas, and you know, I got what fit my needs, really. I was not actually a big fan of the diesels, and the main reason is because the one that I had injector issues, it had heater core issues, it wouldn't start if it was cold, it smoked like crazy, and it just needed all kinds of work, which ended up being very expensive, which is ultimately why I sold it. Thankfully, the guy that bought that truck from me took it and repaired it, and now it's like his dream farm truck. But the gas is always guaranteed to start. There's more parts that are readily available. And I can soup this thing up if I want, because it's got the 351 Windsor in it. I've seen all kinds of top-end kits I can put on it. Granted, those are a couple $1,000s at least to get into that. But with relatively little work, you could get this thing up to like 400 plus horsepower. Maybe even more if you're like a real gearhead, which I'm not. But those are the kind of the things that excite me about this truck. It has the flatbed on it. And the flatbed is something that I've wanted for a long time. Always wish that I had one. One thing I need to do though is to put some sides on it, and so you'll probably see a video in the future in the wood shop of me making sides for this truck. But for right now, I just want to get these logs unloaded, and for that I'm going to go get the old tractor. If you've watched my previous videos, you've seen the Ford 4000, just me basically driving around. Now, be a little graceful with me here, people, because I just got this tractor. I'm not new to driving tractors and things like that. Of course, I've driven skid steers and all that kind of equipment, but tractors I'm new to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the boom pole, and I'm going to try to lift this off. I'll show you a quick modification I made to the boom pole on the tractor, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get these logs off the trailer. What I'm using to get this log off with is just the tongs that were on my buck arch that I used to move logs around. And I had to adapt it a little bit because I don't have the stuff that I really need today, and I can't go out to a store. But I found this off of a winch that I bought a while back, and I just adapted it. I spread this out because it didn't quite fit, because this is a little bit wider up here. And I just put a different kind of bolt through there to get it fixed. And I think it'll be strong enough. This is not a super duper heavy log, so I think it'll hold just fine. But let's go ahead and lift it off and see how it works. All right, so a couple takeaways from trying to get these logs off of the truck here. This is my first time ever trying to do this with a tractor. First off, I think I'm a better front loader given my experience on skid steers and things like that. I'm still learning to use this boom pole, and quite honestly, the way that I rig this up, I need to find a better way to do that, and I will. But when I drop it down, it wants to pop out of the little hook that's on top of the boom. So that's just not going to work for the long run. And it's starting to rain because we live in southern Indiana, and it rains 10 million inches every spring. So we call it the Amazon jungle forest here in the spring. So I don't want to sit out here and get wet any longer. I feel like I've done enough of that, and honestly, I got them off the truck, and I'll get them where I need them later when I don't have to get soaking wet to do that. So that's my experience with getting the logs off of the truck today. Hope you enjoyed seeing that. Hopefully it was entertaining, at least for you. Let's finish the rest of this video on the porch where it's nice and dry and I don't have to worry about getting soaking wet being outside. For those of you who have been following the channel, you'll know that I've been making some decisions lately. Last year I sold the sawmill business, and this year I'm thinking about getting back into it. And so I'm selling some different things, trading some different things, buying some different things to kind of get in a place where I'm going to be able to do that without breaking the bank and losing all of my cash in the sawmill business, which in itself is a challenge. But here's what I did. I sold my fancy F-150, which you'll see right here, and I took that, I sold that, and I took the money from that, and I went ahead and I got that truck that you just saw, that 1996 F250. So that's right, I traded a 2013 F-150 Lariat, which is an extremely nice fancy truck, for that old work truck. Some of you might actually appreciate that. And then before, from some furniture contracts and also from the truck that I sold, I got that tractor that you just saw. And I still have money left over to work with on that. So right now we're sitting pretty good, I think. I still need to do a few more things and do some more research on the next sawmill that I get. I'm sort of going back and forth between either a stationary or a portable mill. Portable mill would need hydraulics. If I ever did another portable job, I just would never do it without hydraulics. And if it was stationary, I need to find a way to sort of rotate the logs and things like that. And I know the hydraulics on the tractor can help with that. But as you saw, I'm still pretty new at learning how to work the tractor. And so it's yet another skill that I'm going to have to obtain should I decide that the tractor is the main tool to use for moving these logs around. Well folks, if you like this channel and if you like what you've just seen and you want to follow along in the journey with Southern Indiana Sawmill, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button at the bottom of the screen. And hopefully you'll enjoy the journey with us as we go along. Go ahead and hit the like and that little bell down at the bottom of the screen as well. That will make you the first to be notified when new videos come out. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button somewhere around here at the bottom of your page as I work to rebuild this. Hopefully you'll enjoy this. Hopefully you'll enjoy this.